So a couple of days ago, I made a post about these people who keep telling us about their lack of hygiene. These footballer brothers, the Kelsey brothers, telling us that they don't wash their feet and legs, and come to find out that Taylor Swift doesn't wash her legs either. And then these podcaster women like letting us know that they think that using washcloths is gross. And then they have these crazy faces like they are simply disgusted as folks using washcloths. And I had no idea until people started making comments that these people think that they equate washcloths to poor people. And then someone said, no, literally, there were people on a podcast that were talking about poor people use washcloths. Before I talk about the washcloth situation with poor people, this somebody sent me this tweet from Sage of the Hilltop saying, I run into working class black people all the time who smell so aggressively of just soap that it would make your eyes water. I don't say y'all about it though. And that is supposed to be a counterpoint to Chris Evans saying, this is why y'all be smelling like wet dogs. But I don't understand how this is a clapback about smelling like wet dogs, because I feel like smelling aggressively like soap is a good thing. That's the reason why it's like I'm baffled at these conversations, because why are people so annoyed about being clean? Like they're scoffing at us for being clean. I don't get this. And then we got this man Caden who purposely put this on the internet saying, my grandpa told me to never drop your drawers for any lady that wouldn't clean them if you poop in them at work. And I'm holding that one close. He's holding that one close. What kind of conversations are these people having? Like, why is this a conversation that you're having with your grandpa about pooping your pants? Why isn't your grandpa just saying, buy a new pair of pants, or wash your pants, or wash your butt? Why is it about the woman needing to wash your drawers? So in my comment section, they told me where to go to find the clip of the people discussing poor people and washcloths. And they said to look up Tom Segura, Segura, because I didn't know. And this woman was like, washcloths, is this a poor people thing? And this woman, and then he was just like, yeah, I've only met poors. And then the woman was like, well, I've met Europeans that use washcloths. He was like, yeah, they're poor. So the way he said it at first, the pores, that meant the darker pores, the black people pores, because she had to bring in another subcategory to say Europeans as well. He's like, yeah, they were poor too. So when we say this is a cultural thing, I honestly think that this is a cultural thing, because even in my comment section, they were saying that it is equated to working class people, because working class people would need to wash their bodies more and more thoroughly. And this literally blew my mind, because I just thought it was proper grooming and hygiene. But no, some of these people think that they are not dirty, so they don't actually have to clean their bodies that much.
I agree. I think the washcloth is a poor person thing. Because I
I've only met poors who use them. I've never met.
wait, but is it also European? Because I have European friends that do it as well.
Maybe they're poor. I don't know.
I don't know, but we never did in my house. I don't.
No,
There
it's
was no
disgusting.
time for that.
I know. I've ended friendships when I saw washcloths. I'm serious. I don't want that stink on me,
Yeah.
that like poor stink.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I guess it is just so that you don't have to touch your hands to your genitals. Yeah, but
We don't have that much soap to go around.
This shit is big time. Who is Randy?
And they insist on telling us this in person. Like Mordecai says, I don't wash my feet either. Most people don't. And I just did this gross face. And he did a laughing, crying emoji, said, I spent 8 years in the army and never got athlete's foot, not once. I had swamp feet a lot. So I highly doubt athlete's foot has anything to do with dirty feet. It's more likely dirty socks, which I changed every day, sometimes twice a day. So instead of just washing his feet, he is just changing his socks. And I bet you this person got into his bed with dirty feet. And this is the kind of thing that they just want to keep sharing with us. and I am mortified at the likes of Mordecai. Some of the other comments. My daughter goes to a boarding school. She says that her peers constantly ask her why she takes so long in the shower. Why do you spend so much time on your hair and skin? My daughter had to gather her roommate this year because she used my daughter's deodorant and her pattern beauty hair products. My daughter's roommate has Hollywood parents. She can afford her own deodorant. And Island Girl's like, ew, rubbing the same thing under your arms that someone else put under theirs? Like, what are these people thinking? Lizzie Bear says that's one way you get staph infection in your armpits. Elephant and Bird says, once I had a roommate who pronounced that I don't wash my legs because the water runs down it. Like, how lazy can you be? The legs are the easiest part. She says, I think it's cultural. When you're told that you're superior and that others are dirty generation after generation, the standards are going to get lax. And then Vish Haldar says, in my high school of almost 800 kids, only 100 to 150 were white. All of the extra stinky, didn't brush their teeth, wearing dirty clothes kids were white. She says, I'm also white. And Bish Alder made her own comment saying, as a white person, I would just like to say that in my experience going to a majority black schools and hanging out in majority black neighborhoods, then even cleaning houses for a while on and off from my mom and my sis who own their own cleaning service. Black people are just way less likely to have a dirty home than white people. And the absolute nastiest houses I have ever cleaned, excluding the ones who have physical or mental health issues, were for rich white people, like millionaires, multiple times over. And you'd find used tampons under the bed or visible feces dried on a toilet and no one ever wiped off. And yeah, yuck and gross face emoji are the appropriate responses to that. Dana says, I was wondering who needs that new whole body deodorant. I guess I know now. And then I just did like sick faces. And Carla says, I was wondering the same thing. And Jay Foster says, they are all excited because deodorant lasts 36 hours. Who the hell goes 24 hours without a shower? And some people do. Somebody jumped into my comment section and said that they only need to take a shower once a week. And I'm just like, yikes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And she's like, it's true. And she lives in Northern Europe. And I'm like, okay, okay. Mm. Booth for one says, I work in healthcare. More white women have UTIs than any other culture. They have all the skin issues too. And then Soul Shadow says, even as a little girl, my mother emphasized vaginal hygiene. She used to tell us to use our washcloth to get into the creases, crevices, and folds of our vajayjay and thighs. Wash your butt and bend over and let the water run back to front. We used to powder ourselves down there until we found out it was dangerous on hot days. Clean underwear after every shower. I'm trying to pick my jaw up off the floor from some of the stuff I'm reading. Me too, Soul Shadow. Me too. This is just not right. And they share it in public. They share it in public unashamed. Haley says, so I have very thin walls in my apartment. And I unfortunately know for a fact that my neighbors, all male sapiens, take 5-second showers and never wash their hands after using the bathroom. I feel like I'm living in a landfill because I'm surrounded by so much unclean trash. And then to that, HHCF says, girl, I have one neighbor beside me that I rarely hear him shower, and our showers are beside each other, and the walls are thin. He asked me in an off conversation if my water bill is high. I said it's fairly decent since I shower several times a day, deep clean the bathroom weekly, and change my sheets twice a week, and wash almost every day because who has time for laundry buildup and you work from home? He commented how he loves those body deodorants. Melanie Lopez says, the whole washcloth debate is so weird to me. If you're washing yourself, who cares how it's done? I know it's much easier to wash germs and bacteria off of skin than cloth. Yes, it's true that using a washcloth on your face can mess with your skin barrier. That same skin covers the rest of your body. The soap is what does its job. And then Ready or Not says, washcloths can gently exfoliate the skin in ways that bare hands cannot. The cloths are not harsh or abrasive like loofahs or body scrubbers. And chronic fatigue says research shows that soap only makes the surface slippery so that dirt comes off easier. Rubbing is what actually gets the dirt off. So if you don't have soap, you can still clean effectively by rubbing your skin with something, but soap would make it easier. people People simply want all of these excuses for putting their hands into their bodily folds and then scraping off that stuff. And I'm not understanding why you can't just use a washcloth and then wash the washcloths. But you people jump in the conversation. Let me know what you think about this. Like, comment, share. Yeah, like, comment, share.